Good morning and welcome to another segment of Life University's Life Church. And this is your life host, the Reverend Dr. Donicia Palmer Wallace. Always good to be with you. Well, I'm going to be continuing on our theme, Living Grateful. In our last segment, I encouraged us all to do a list of 100 in segments of 10 of things that we have in our life presently that we are grateful for. I wonder how much you got to. Well, I restarted my list and I am way past 100, way past 100 of the things that I have present in my life that I am grateful for. We looked at things that we are grateful for on an external level, on a physical level, and on a spiritual level, even on a metaphysical level. And we find out that we have so much to be grateful for. And if we should take time to just be grateful and to say thank you. Thank you to the universe. Thank you to life. Thank you to God for the things we have now. Oh my, we would be so just, we would be so taken up with those things that the things that is on our wish list or even more so on our wanted list would begin to shrink because what we would find is here's this chorus. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what life has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. That great law of life, the Lord. You will surprise you what the Lord has been doing and has done and is doing in your life. Just means that we have to stop and take time to count those blessings. So, how did you get on? And if you are just joining me in this segment for the first time, welcome to Life University's Life Church. There are fresh thoughts, life words. And each segment, I come with a new chorus to teach us that we can hum through our week while we're doing our chores, well, if it's possible and you're on the job or driving to work, or, when you're going through some circumstances. So I jot down these words, and they're really fresh thoughts for today. And it's encouraging us to lift our vibrations high. And we lift our vibrations high when we are grateful. And truly, we can only be grateful in the present moment. That's right. So the little chorus, it's got 4 lines to it this time. Sometimes I say it's got four lines, and it end up being 8. But this time, honestly, it is 4 lines. It says, I raise my vibrations high. I see a bit of the sky. All things are possible. All my needs are met. So I raise my vibration high. I see a bit of the sky. All my needs are met. All things are possible. So I got those two verses going on there, interchanging. And you see, when you are grateful in the present moment, you raise your vibration to such a level that you begin to allow the universe, you allow God, you allow life to come into those spaces that you are no longer, gripping and saying, I want, I need, because you're seeing in that moment the possible. And as you see the possible, you release all those, the tension, you release the barrier for your present moment fulfillment. So as you raise your vibration in gratitude, you open the door. You open the door for blessing. You open the door for fulfillment. You open the door for more possibility. You open the door to potential. So I raise my vibrations high. I see a bit of the sky. All things are possible. All my needs are met. Can you see that? I see all my needs met. I see all things are possible. Why? 'cause I raise my vibration high. I see a bit of the sky. All things are possible, and all my needs are met. It is true. It has been true for me, and it can be true for you as you raise your vibration high. And one of those ways that you can raise those vibrations is by focusing on what you are appreciating right now, focusing on what you're grateful for right now. And as I said, you get a piece of pen, a piece of paper, and a pen, and you begin to jot down those things that you have right now in your life that you're grateful for. And let's do that exercise right now. Are you breathing? Let's test it together. Let's take a deep breath. Now we're going to take another deep breath with gratitude and wearing a smile on our face. So think about something you're grateful for. Perhaps it's the breath you're going to take. So let's be grateful for that breath. Wasn't that wonderful? So graceful. With ease, you took that breath. You didn't have to, prompt the pawns here. Say, come on now, send that switch to say, take a breath. And then you did not go through the process of the intelligence that sends that transmission through to your heart, send the blood racing up to the brain, send it back to the heart, send it down your leg, send it around your arteries and your veins. Oh, kick in that nervous system. Oh no, you didn't do all those things. It was on automatic. But how grateful were we for those parts, those elements of our bodies that was functioning? Perhaps we weren't even aware of that. Well, in this coming week, perhaps you can raise your vibration to that level, going beyond the surface level, because that's the first 100 things we're grateful for. I call that the surface level. Go beyond and go into those areas, like I was sharing last week about the tomato. How long does it take for the tomato to get to your table? Perhaps you like roast tomatoes, or like me, you like tomato juice, or tomato sauce, tomato in a ketchup. Whatever way that you like that tomato, how did it get through that? It was a process. And as we begin to be grateful for any part of that tomato, I'm only using tomato as a reference, it's that we begin to see that there are elements at work to get us everything that we already have. So it took the sun, it took the rain, it took the infinite intelligence within the earth, within the sphere, to get that tomato to you. And we have, lavished ourselves upon things such as a tomato without thinking about the harvesting of those tomatoes, about getting it through, the stages that it needed to get through to be cleared so that it can get on our shelves. Then we went further than that, didn't we? We look at what was the means of us going to the supermarket, to the store, to get that tomato, whatever form you get it in. The process to get there meant you had to get up in the morning. But to get up in the morning, what did we say just now? We had to be prompted by the pawns, which was done automatic. So we have to give thanks for our pawns. P-O-N-S. Look that up. Pawns, right? Not pawns, pawns. P-O-N-S. It is a small organ right here on the brainstem that triggers off. It's like a switch. You have a light switch and you want the light to come on in the room, and you press that light switch. You have to do something. Well, the pawns automatically send a message to your system to breathe. But so you had breath, and yes, you breathe, and you got up, and you had your limbs working, and you went to work, or whatever way you had your wage. We looked at that, don't we? We looked at some people who are going through some serious illness, and they can't go out to work, and so they're in a state where they can't even physically work, but they are able to have time to think and to meditate. Well, give thanks for that. And either way, we get back to the tomato. And whatever means you were able to buy that tomato, you were able to get that tomato, and it produces nutrients in your body. Be grateful for every means. And that's just one fruit I was thinking of. And so as we begin to think about our cupboard that is filled with food, we begin to think, oh, wow. We think about some of those foods that is coming from countries that are far away, that don't use fair trade, and they abuse the people, giving them just small amounts of money to harvest some of the teas and so on that we take for granted, and we buy very freely. But if we think back to those people that are harvesting um, the crops and wonderful life that gives rain and sunshine to cause the fruits and the vegetables to come to our tables. And I'm personally a vegan, but those of you that eat meat, and are we grateful for our cattle and for our, for our chickens and so on, and fish that we eat and we conserve. We do these things, and some people say, "Well, I'm a vegetarian," or "I just eat fish," but they're not grateful for the things they're eating. And so, what I'm saying is, when we begin to be grateful for what we have, we go deeper. It gives our life a greater level of quality. So we have quality of life present right where we are. And so that's a level of healing. That's a sense of well-being in our lives because we are able to be grateful. And so instead of just writing down a list, on our list, it's things that we want. So we are always on a wanted list, yeah, like a fugitive. We are on a wanted list. We're always wanting, 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 wanting. And I'm not saying, it's fact. I will raise the scripture. The scripture says that the great law of life, the Lord, the great law of life is my shepherd. He's the one that leads me. He's the one that guides me into pastures or into those places that are good and pleasant and lavish. I shall not want. And so when we know what is leading us, that great law of life that is leading us into good pasture, into a good place, then we do not want. So we have our want, or we have our want list, and suddenly the list is getting smaller and smaller because the have list is getting bigger and bigger. And so, okay, so we move on from the want list and we look at the wish list. And some people's wish list is they it's getting longer and longer, and it's getting more frustrating because sometimes you think it's almost impossible. I wish this, I wish that. But if we should take a conscious moment into what we have, wow, and look at life, the fullness of life, the infinite fullness of life, the infinite intelligence of life, the greatness of life. Life lives always. Life, I mean, common sense says that, isn't it? We don't need a degree to say life is living. That's what life is. Life cannot die. Life doesn't end. Life is eternal. And the things that you're wishing for comes to an end. So if you think right now, I am breathing, we did that test earlier, you're alive. So you have something in you, the commodity that is life. And in life is supply. Eternal supply is in life which lives you. And so those things that you think are impossible, the people who achieved those things achieved them because they saw a possible, they saw something. So, like this chorus says, I raise my vibration high, I catch a glimpse of the sky. What is it you've been wishing for? Raise your vibration. And remember, I said you raise your vibrational frequency to a level where you are grateful. So you raise it. And as you raise it by being grateful for what you have now and on all levels, yes, go from outside. Let me stop here, pause here. I keep pausing because, it's Fresh Thought LifeWords and they just keep coming. And most people are concerned, mainly concerned about what they look like on the outside. And of course, we all want to look good, to get makeup fixed so that, especially if you're coming in front of a camera, you're going out, we are concerned about what we look like, not so much for ourselves, but what other people might think. So there again, we are on the outside. What do I want people to see? Oh, I wish they could see me like this. So I'm going to fix so and so that people might see this. And again, we are on that wanted wish list. But who are we really? I know what you look like on the outside, but who are you really? Sometimes we see a beautiful, flawless appearance. And beneath that is a trembling soul. Beneath some of the most beautiful contour of faces is a tongue that is violent, that is angry, that is unforgiving, that is fearful, that is so savage. And yet, on the outside. So what it is really, what are you grateful for? And as you become grateful for what you have right now, it changes the person that you are on the inside. Because as you cannot be grateful outside unless you're grateful on inside. And so you can fool people on the outside, but you can't fool yourself on the inside, because only you know who you really are. And as you begin to appreciate the things that you can see around you, the things that you can feel, even those things metaphysically that are happening around you on your soul level that you can't control, they're just there. And the only way you can control is by being grateful. And as you come into the driver's seat of your own life, by becoming grateful, you will find that life will open up to you. Life will open doors to you. So will you join me in this chorus? I raise my vibration high. I see a bit of the sky. All things are possible. I have all my needs met now. I raise my vibrations high. I see a bit of the sky. All my needs are met. All things are possible. I changed those round. Did you realize that? Perhaps you can join me now. And if you're a rapper, this would make a good thing. And if you're a singer, you could just add some music to that. Okay. I raise my vibration high. I see a bit of the sky. All my needs are met. All things are possible. Oh yeah. I raise my vibration high. I see a bit of the sky. All things are possible. All my needs are met. And so next time we will look a little bit more on the second part of that tune. I raise my vibration I touch a bit of the sky. And so we will see that integrated seeing and feeling. And when our seeing and our feeling is integrated, we will have an outcome that is magnificent. And that's what we're aiming for, to have and to live that magnificent life from that place of great magnificence. Life is for you. Life loves you. Have a great week. But I'm not going to be insensitive today to realize that there are some of us that are in pain, are struggling, and those things seems, more important because they seem to take up all our attention. And on that want list that we spoke about, that I really want you not to focus on so much, is the things that we want to escape from. Yes, we want this so that we can escape from that. Because we feel that we have pain right now. But right now, if we should raise our vibration, we can see that we have life. And in life is the health. In life is the peace. In life is the joy. In life is possibility. In life is forgiveness. In life is hope. And so as we can raise our vibration, we begin to see that all things are possible in that realm. And so on the want list of I want my pain to go away, we can begin to see on our have list, I see a bit of the sky. I raise my vibration high. And in that vibration, I am actually touching that realm of the possibility. And I can see, so even on your have list, you can say, on your have list, I see the possibility. I see the possibility of living a pain-free life. I see that possibility, and that life that lives me is pain-free. That is my life. And in that moment that you begin to see these realization and align yourself with these truths, oh, you will see what happened. You have to try it for yourself. So this week, I encourage you to align yourself, align your thank you list, align your gratitude and appreciation list with the things that pertains to life and godliness. So in closing, I pray that the great law of life, the Lord, will envelop you and lift you in that high vibration, the high vibration of life, that vibrates at a speed of light, that vibrates at the speed of health, that vibrates at the speed of abundance, that vibrates at the speed of magnificence. Oh, that life itself will take you to this height. And throughout this week, you will know the peace that passes all understanding, and know love and know abundance in all sphere of life. Meet me here next week, same time, same place. This is your life host, the Reverend Dr. Donisia Palmer, Life University's Life Church. Why not subscribe or leave a like or pass it on to someone else? Bless you and have a fantastic week ahead.